At heart, it's a simple shooting game with a simple premise.
In Doom,
You take on the role of one man against the forces of hell. Visually, each episode is very distinct.
The objective is to simply reach the exit on each level.
To put it simply, if there's demons, you're probably going the right way.
scattered throughout the maps are pickups that grant you benefits, some of which are temporary.
It's a web of carefully constructed switches, windows, doors, passageways, secret areas, and floor toggles.
The levels are well designed, but how to progress isn't always obvious, and there will be some required backtracking here and there. You'll have to collect keys to open specific doors or to gain access to certain areas, usually to progress. Most of the levels contain secret areas to find, which usually house weapons, ammo, and pickups. Finding secret areas does make things easier because of the items you usually find, so you really should keep an eye out for secrets. And some levels include secret exits, which lead to secret levels. It is very easy to get lost, mainly due to the maze-like level design.
The game itself is very coordinated, introducing new enemy types as the game progresses. Right off the bat, you have some unique enemy variety.
Demon enemies shoot projectiles, whilst the human enemies are hit scanning.
By themselves, they're not that dangerous.
Your basic grunt has a weak firing rifle, but the heavier shotgun sergeants use a shotgun with a limited spread that makes them more or less dangerous depending on their distance. To counter their shortcomings, are often thrown in together with more dangerous enemy types, and while the more important enemy types are taking precedence, these guys are pecking away at your health points. Once you understand the behaviours of enemy types, you're generally able to avoid most incoming damage.
With an enemy variety like this, you often have to prioritize whoever you think is the bigger threat in a room, running around and avoiding all the other demons while you deal with the bigger threat.
The controls for Doom could be a little bit clunky.
You can run around freely, aim left and right, and access an auto map which displays all explored locations in the level.
I wish the map had color-coded doors to know where to go, but it is handy for finding secrets. It can be tedious switching for the correct weapon in an unexpected situation, like trying to swap from a shotgun to a chainsaw takes a few seconds. All guns have maximum range, and you can shoot enemies at any elevation, but can't actually aim the weapon up or down, which can feel pretty odd.
There is an auto-aim mechanic of sorts that allows you to shoot targets above or below you by simply aiming and firing in their direction. Unfortunately, trying to shoot a specific target in a crowd can sometimes prove to be a problem. You can't jump or crouch, but you can cross certain gaps by simply running.
Shooting at enemies above or below you can be problematic, especially with a weapon like the rocket launcher, where half the time the rocket's just gonna detonate on the ground in front of you. With the exception of the pistol, none of the weapons ever become outright redundant and always serve a purpose.
There's certain weapon types that just work better for certain situations.
The fourth episode is noticeably more difficult than the episodes that precede it.
But not the fun kind of hard. Its difficulty borders on the totally unfair at times, and some of the first few levels are harder than the later levels, especially the stage that's filled to the brim with hit-scan shotgunners. It doesn't matter how far away you are from these guys, you will take instant damage as long as you're in their line of sight. And they are scattered all over this map, from top to bottom. This stage was frustrating.
It's just not enjoyable. The level design is all over the place, and the lackluster flow of difficulty from level to level makes it feel more like a random series of maps, compared to it being a tangible, complete addition to the original game.
Some of these puzzles just made no sense to me, with some of them feeling like they got solved from what felt like absolutely nothing. There's plenty of times where doors just wouldn't open and then opened for what felt like almost no reason. Man, let's talk about that music real quick. Some of the songs like E1M1, an absolute classic.
Doom is fast-paced, fun, contain plenty of replay value.
Doom gets
a 10 out of 10.